I am not dead. I've been around. I've been around. I did not forget you guys. I have been busy with, just regular life stuff. And hopefully right now I can get some stuff in. I did try to record some, time lapses, and it just was looking so muddy. I'd show you bits and pieces of it, but it just looks so bad. I may include them, I may not. Is this gonna work? So I've been trying to do all the things that you would normally do to basically get yourself kind of comfortable. So of course I needed. Oh, I thought that was me. I thought that was me that looked at him. This actually was not as hard as I thought it would be to make. This guy I thought it'd be harder to get in here too, but it really wasn't that bad. They're spawning here. Let me drop down and then go from here because they're spawning up here, which is great. It's supposed to be 128 from here, so the instructions I followed, but there's some landmass. You see it? There's a landmass here that actually puts it over this line, which it's not that bad. So when I come through, when they don't really have that space, you see that? Look at this. Look at this. Look how ridiculous this is. I know it's loud, but look at this. Of course, I don't have a collection. I really need to make this bigger so I can get like the enchanting stuff in it. Yeah, I want you to hear what I'm hearing. Maybe I should turn in-game sounds down. Where's the music? Okay. Oh, turn that down. This can stay back up. There. Okay, good. Look at this. And it just... Oh, maybe I should take that off. It just works. And besides the XP, I just have gotten so spoiled with using ender pearls when I build that it's been so nice to start getting them back. Because that's usually what I do. I mean, I have wings, but the problem with it is I typically want to just throw to a spot and then look and come right back. Whereas I use duration 3 all the time. I don't use any duration, so it's a lot of distance you have to cover or cut back to. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Which is good. It's good that we have this here, because this is not just for me, it's just for everybody to use on the server, because XP in 1.17 is a bit of a chore. Let me turn... Where is this sound? Whilst we talk. Turn that down. There we go. 1.17 has been just a bit of a chore for like everybody. And I love the grind. I play survival games for a living, pretty much. Like what I play is typically survival, because a lot of these AAA titles, they just don't keep my attention. Look at all these wasted pearls. But do you see how quickly we're getting? And I'm just still swinging. This is real time that these things are just doing this. And they're just... Ooh, a head. Can I get it? Don't die, please. Don't die. Get away from me. Get... Oh my god, I can't get it. I can't get the head. Can I get it? Can I wash it to the side? Where's my bucket? I really want that head. Let's use this. No, no. You. Yeah, thank you. What are you doing over there, sir? We're gonna try to I need the head. I don't have an Enderman head. So let's get that. Yeah, I'm a little deviating from what I was talking about, but now I really need that head. And here? Right? Okay. I didn't know they died from water. Look at this. This is amazing. We've been here, oh lord, 5 minutes maybe. And I just really need to get this head out of here. Sorry for this delay here, but this is freaking amazing. I've never built a farm that worked this well. Like ever. Like ever. So it's a good thing. Okay, is that two? We're about to play. Wow, come on. Oh, oh, okay. So if we just keep doing this. Just give me the one. I'm going to do this and I'll be right back. 4. We received 4 Enderman heads from that. That is spectacular. We're going to head back to the base so we can get some things done. Ooh, some things done. Welcome back. I know this is the middle of the video, but I have been busy with everything from my storage to collection and stuff like that. My other farms are still collecting from here, which runs from over there. This right here I just made today. I just really need this for dye. And obviously you see how small it is. I don't need anything this big. Like ridiculously big. I just don't. I'm usually too lazy to collect that much. But I need to figure out... we'll just use regular grass for the sake of using it right now. 2 stacks, whatever. Because it's very difficult to just show a build, because typically like this one here, I don't build off of a plan. I typically build off of a shape, and then I kind of just pick what I kind of want it to, the materials to be like. That's actually introduced into each section, because they're not all the same, kind of trial and error. But like this, I didn't plan this. I just basically said I wanted this shape with this stuff sticking out, but it has to be low because of this ship that flies through, so the stuff that's here has to be lower than it is. Also, these islands here, the way I'm picturing how I want to see a build, how I want to see anybody who comes through to see it, to kind of take in everything. As you take in everything as you go, you can't really take in everything even if you're flying over it, but as let's say you walk around, you should be able to grab to something else. So for example, get down, thank you. You see this, straightforward, straightforward, brick, straightforward, straightforward. But you see that ring there, you can kind of see it in the back. Now this is what I mean is, you see this here, but then you see your background. So as you come through, you get to start seeing more and more stuff. There's going to be some trees and stuff right here too, but you can kind of feel this out. You can kind of feel that there's something more to see, and that's kind of wanted to be also enclosed. Here, I don't think I'm going to put any islands just for the sake of, this is going to be pretty tall right here. This space is going to be the shipyard over here, and then we'll start filling more stuff in, more so over here, and then this will be basically the end to this right there. I kind of want it to stay really congested, and this is all not going to look like this. It will not. I still am collecting more and more as I work the pallets out. Same way as you see the ships here. Love it. Pallet. Different pallet for that one too. So it takes a little bit for me to kind of visualize it. And I'm going to do it with this here. Now, I wanted to make a wall that comes down. There's some certain structures like this here, and I might have some more that just come straight to the ground. I'm going to bring some more height of stuff like that. It's like solid to the ground here, and probably some stuff over here that's that way. This dock I really like, and then of course it might connect up top. But I had to be creative with this because the wings here will not go through a wall. They're not going to go through this wall. So I kind of had to get creative with this, which I love because it is a point of view. It's how you perceive it. Now this here, the reason why you see this ring, this dirt ring, is because I'm going to bring some land down. I don't know if I want to bring it all the way to the ground. But as a whole, you'll see this here. This right here. I'm going to fill it in one layer. And then you'll see another layer of just stone. No half slabs, no stairs. Just to this wall here. You'll see it come in. Was that just one block, really? Okay, thank you. because my builder style is very unconventional. It is not conventional by any means, and it's not easy to copy, because I'm usually just going off of how I perceive something as I see it. Kind of one of those, you go off of inspiration and then kind of just wields its way around into your mind. And that's one of the funnest things which I love to build, like, because I can copy the same thing over and over. And when I started Minecrafting, like big building, big building, it was one of those things where I felt like I got bored. And it's not like you can't create something, it's that you just don't have something to copy. And I think that's one of my strengths and weaknesses, because when you have to build something different each and every time, not just the same repetitive motions, but something that is different for you. It may not be different for somebody else, but you know, everybody has that specific feeling, that specific rain coming again, that specific kind of style. Like, you know, this is this. Like if I fly over here, oh, that renders pretty nice. I know whose base this is. Even if I didn't know like where his base was, I know this is Riff's base from how he builds his block pallets, his decision on how his path's going to be, the fact that he loves his farms, like actual mechanical farm sort of thing, where I like to be spread out. And you can tell where his strengths are, stuff he's trying out, like this cart here. Ooh, he built something there. But you can kind of see where their building is. Like mine, I'm very purposeful in my builds when it especially comes with terraforming, because that's my thing, is terraforming. And one thing you won't see typically is this for me, and I will not do that because I want the best frames I possibly can. And that's great. I mean, if you want to go with it, that's fine with me. I just started playing this game on an APU, which of course is not great for this monstrous game. It's not too intensive until you basically want to really get a full comfortable experience and frames, because sitting at 30-40 frames drop down to 20 is not a fun thing as a whole. So that's one thing where there's certain things I don't do and certain things I do. So from here you can see that of course I'll fill this space in right here, and it'll bring itself up. Now this right here is one thing I feel like is a lost art for a lot of builders. And really, okay, fine, whatever. Down here, so I'm going to try to show you this real quick, even without having this wall up here, because this is going to kind of bleed in here. So what I want to do is kind of visualize where I want it to stop, kind of how I want it to roll down. And there's a center there, kind of. It's not really that much of a big deal. So what you want to do is start contouring the sides. You can go kind of like this if you want to, and then kind of fill it in like this, kind of peeking. Now if you're feeling a little frisky, you can actually bring in, which is one way to me I feel like I just cheat my materials in, is just leave it hollow. And not everybody can do that, to where you can kind of visualize and picture how things are going to work. And also pillaring, I'm so used to doing it, it's just one thing you just do. Now from here, you can pick and choose your outside materials. So for example, this will be dirt, kind of like that, all the way around. Like this. And you can say, hey, I'm going to stop here on the dirt, and you bring this in like that. And eventually you'll start doing certain things. And I'm going to try to do this front here so you can kind of see it. Imagine this kind of being an overhang. Where would you like this dirt to stop? You can add more materials. I want to use, let's say, like green terracotta, brown terracotta, kind of to take away from this texture, because I still want this to be smooth but textured, because Minecraft brings quite a bit of textures in, which we love. So there's that. And of course you can wonder, how do I know how it looks? I don't know. I've just been doing it so long that you can kind of get a flow, because you don't really have a different style of, how would I put it, of placing blocks together. You can kind of do things on accident, but as you place blocks, you kind of get a flow of the same thing, and something feels good to you, something does not. I thought honestly I was gonna fall. Let's drop one. Okay, so that'll look good on there. How do I know? I don't. And obviously if you add more texture to it, it'll bring itself together more. But I kind of want you to feel how it's just drooping down. Thank you. And then you'll see, even with whole blocks, you'll start seeing things and textures and feels to come through. Those feels, like you're really bringing this down. And how do you bring it to a taper? Because you can kind of taper it off. This is not going straight down. This is going to taper into this. And remember, this wall is going to be wider. It might be 2 more blocks. It won't be to this block right there. So what I would like to... Ooh. You start filling in spaces. Now, if you really want to just do... How am I going to put this in here? Like this? No, I like it with the 2. Get rid of this, and then it'll start coming down like that. Okay, now let's go from there. If you want to add some kind of texture to this, just add andesite. You don't have to add a bunch of cobble. You do not, and I kind of want to keep it smooth that way. But you'll start seeing the chunks start coming down. And eventually, this may taper off this direction. Always pick a direction you want it to taper. So, example. From here, inside, right about here. Here feels good. Trial and error for everybody. And I'll make this too thick of a layer. And the reason for that is you can cut off. So let's say if I didn't want this block, I still have a solid block there to deal with. And this tapers like this. And where it comes to be the fun part, and not for everybody else, is you don't have to come straight down. Like, see how straight this wall is right here? You don't have to do that. You can easily just bring it, and then bring it in. And then you'll see it taper off like that. But you see how I brought an extra layer in? You always want the layers, not for the sake of you need them. It's so you can basically know if you don't need them. And this would connect into this. So let's say we bring it out this direction. Here. And then we bring this layer up. And you can see it, how it's going to taper all the way. Thanks for the rain. Thanks for the rain. It's going to taper into this building. And then you can roll it into the side of this. Didn't it just stop raining before? It's fine. And you can kind of see it. And yes, I know I've been talking quite a bit, but this is something I love to do. I can just build something like this. But once we get these details in, you're going to really see why I take the time to do this. So hopefully I will get this done, and then you'll see kind of this end result of, let's say, this section here. And this is about it for now. Obviously, I could go pretty heavy on, let's say, leaves, the color contrast. But you can tell kind of what I was going for is smoother. The reason why you won't see like this tough block, which I like that block, but it doesn't make any sense for the smoothness here. So, example, if I were to put, let's say, cobble and stuff like that, it would, I feel like it feels too earthy and it's not smooth. Obviously, I have to deal with this whole section here as well. But I wanted it to stay smooth, because when you're walking by or seeing it, it's not the textures and stuff you want to pay attention to. It's basically the size of it, kind of the height. And you don't want to have to sit there and dissect so many pieces. So basically, it's a chunky land mass right here that came up and through. Obviously, if I wanted some more, I could add some more grass, like up here, if I want to, which I probably will. Just grass up top, some more foliage, so it kind of brings it up. Same way as I did on the other side here. Right here, I brought up the foliage. Where did he come from? I might have to get his head. Like this, and brought it all the way up, so you basically have kind of a living building That's not too forced. But here, which I like. This is pretty much it, and then you'll kind of see it contouring in. The inside I'm going to have to figure out what to do with. I may add some kind of accent stuff to it, but as I keep thinking, there's creepers behind me. But as a whole, I like this little run like this, because then it kind of goes in. This other side I can kind of make whole, but this side right here, we're going to add a little bit more. Not as much as that side, and then we have this filler here. But as a whole, it's actually coming out really, really nice. And hopefully we'll have some more materials, because I really have to deal with all of this grass. All of this is not going to be grass. Like just here, I really want a lot of smoothness to it, and I have to take away the texture. But I hope that you at least enjoyed what I have, and I will catch you in the next one.